The first round of Champions Spring, the GE Tigers versus SK Telecom going to Game 3. I can't think of a better way to end the first half of the season.
GE taking the blue side again for the second game in a row. Last time, Ahri, Ezreal, and Lissandra. Their first game, red side bans Ahri, LeBlanc, and Lissandra.
I think that's smart. I think Bengi is looking way too comfortable on that Nunu.
Yeah, really did a lot of work in the first two games, getting those deep wards in, got a lot of information.
Now for the heck room, according to Monty. I think Vi would be
a man
bad,
can
though.
dream. Yeah, I think Vi would be perfectly acceptable. And there's the LeBlanc. But however, this does leave Lissandra, Ezreal open.
True. So will they ban? Well, they'll probably leave the Gnar open and just, I don't know. Do you want Smeb to first pick the Gnar so that you can get Lissandra, maybe something else?
All right, same bans this time as last time for SK Telecom. But what do you do? GE Tigers, if they prioritize Kassadin, they risk getting counterpicked by the Ezreal. So I think you go with the Gnar here.
I mean, Smeb on Gnar, you really have to.
Oh, Corki.
Corki, though.
All
okay.
right.
Well, MaRin's going to grab that Gnar, I think, is pretty much
MaRin's
a sure
Gnar
thing.
has not been as threatening as certain other players.
Yeah, you still
in
don't
the
want to give
Korean
it to Smeb,
scene.
though.
So, Smeb, but the Corki pickup, it's been pretty crucial in this match. GE did pick it up in their first round of the draft on red side in Game 1, and it was picked up in the first round of the draft on red side in Game 2 by SK Telecom. So Ezreal will be selected here, I'm pretty certain.
Yep.
Just
Early
to
Ezreal pickup.
Yeah, Ezreal, Lissandra.
Called it.
SK Telecom hasn't gotten their hands on Lissandra in a while, actually, just because MaRin is a very good Lissandra player. And so I think you take the Gnar here after seeing the Lissandra and see if Smeb and MaRin can do battle with two of their best champions.
You could grab Narvin as well, too. Jarvan could be the next round.
I think that would be smart. That takes another tool away from Bengi, maybe forces him onto Lee Sin, and he makes some bad decisions on Lee Sin sometimes that are punishable.
Certainly does. Like you said, anything where he has to choose when to jump in, it seems like is pretty rough for Bengi these days. Targeting him, taking away that Nunu, very smart decision. G Tigers thinking about what they want.
I think you take Gnar Jarvan here. Oh, they're going to take Kassadin. All right. I was going to say take Kassadin if you could still get it in the last round of the draft. Because right now, it's going to be very difficult for them to pick Vi, actually. Because two champions that can really pull Vi back in Kassadin and Corki.
Yeah, very true.
And if you pick Gnar Jarvan, who are you going to ult as Vi? You're pretty screwed at that point.
Yeah.
Especially if there's going to be a last pick Morgana for support for Gorilla. That would actually make it very difficult to take Vi right here.
Yeah, Reksai still available as well. Could see Bengi take that. I would rather see him play that than Lee Sin at this point, really. Or Jarvan, honestly. Well, I don't think we're going to see the Malzahar, but you never know.
Taking a long time to think about this. SKT's picks and bans have been better today.
They've been much better, actually.
Than they have been in a lot of these previous matches. Yes! We may finally get to see Fakers this year. This would be very exciting. We've seen a lot of clips from it from solo queue. Yes!
Yeah, it's happening. Fakers Azir finally gets through after being banned out all season long.
Well, it hasn't been banned out actually in the last few matches. He just hasn't picked it, which is a bit of a surprise because it does look very strong. So it will be Jarvan Morgana as a response to the Thresh pickup.
You know, everybody can get out of Cataclysm, though, except for Thresh. I mean, is Jarvan really that big of a threat here? Leona, maybe.
If you can combo it properly, as long as you can get them before they can get out of it, it could be a bit interesting. Now,
Reksai possibly. I like the Leona.
Reksai.
I like the Leona.
All right. Perfectly acceptable as well. Oh, man, I am so excited to see Fakers Azir. This is a champion that he has yet to play competitively.
It's like every week there's clips of him from solo queue on Reddit, though. There's always a new Faker Azir highlight. We're going to see it.
Maybe he can actually deliver in today's game. I really feel that Azir, nobody has played him at the highest possible level yet. He's a very complex champion, and people like to use him for his zone control and poking, which is obviously the more clear-cut way to play him. But when you start like bending his ease, that's when it starts to get very interesting.
Yeah, go around corners and stuff, around skill shots. It gets crazy. Vi, and Bengi does go for the Vi. Yeah, no Jarvan to really worry about too much.
Yeah, that's okay. So in this scenario, when They have the last pick. I actually love SKT's draft right here.
Yeah.
Because had the Morgana come in, that Vi would have been very difficult to use. It would have shut down the Vi and the Thresh. But when you see what we've got, still going to be hard. You only have 2 viable targets.
Viable.
Kassadin and Corki. So, but both of those champions have dashes, and Bengi's going to have to be super careful not to be dragged into the back of their team and then immediately collapsed on and killed.
Yep.
But with all the Vi we've seen in NA, EU, and China, it was a matter of time until it showed up here. It is a strong pick at the moment. But very interesting. Lots of crowd control on SK Telecom T1.
Fans excited about Faker's Azir, and man, if he can get Kuro's flash early, that is going to be a painful lane for the GE Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, Kassadin doesn't do terrible against Azir. And Kassadin actually has a pretty strong lane these days since they changed his Q to give him the magic
I'm just
resist.
thinking about the Vi Azir ganks. If they can get rid of that flash early.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. We'll have to see. Faker running barrier in the mid lane, actually, for a little bit of over-shielding on the Ignite.
All right. Well, this is it. GE Tigers looking for the 7-0, and SK Telecom looking to knock them down a notch. Let's see if they can do it. The final game of the first round of Champion Spring starts now. And here we go. Crowd's going nuts. And we are ready to rumble, guys. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. SK Telecom versus GE Tigers. Kuro's Kassadin versus Faker's Azir. First time we're getting to see Faker bring out the Azir in competitive play. And if you've seen the highlights, you can expect some great stuff. Bengi back on Vi, that champion that really was one of the big success stories for SK Telecom during their Season 3 Worlds victory. And one of his best champions.
And like we talked about, one of those point-and-click champions that does seem to lend him a bit of more strength. Although, I will say that I do think that some of Bengi's weaknesses were overblown and have been overblown, and a lot of it is because he was synergizing very poorly with Wolf. So when he was caught out, that's like a team problem where you need the support to open up the map a little bit more alongside the jungler and help protect him as he was getting deep wards in. So while the idea, I think, from Bengi was good about needing to get the wards into the enemy jungle, he needs some help on that just to make sure that he stays alive. Piccaboo reprising his game on Thresh. We'll see if he can be quite as impactful.
Lee, are you okay?
I mean, this is dangerous, especially in the top lane. There is so much hard CC from Thresh, Lissandra, and Vi on single targets. The picks are going to be quite easy. GE's going to have to be very careful about their vision in this game.
Oh, and Bang and Piccaboo just taking that first little minion near the blue buff.
That's a trick we've seen before here in Korea. Just give yourself a tiny advantage. Takes but a moment, and you don't lose any minions at the bottom side. Yeah,
you're still there for all the XP, and that is crucial for getting that fast level 2. Bengi, meanwhile, will start red.
Now Corki Leona, we see it again tonight. Dangerous lane.
Very dangerous, yeah.
So Bang and Piccaboo, of course. Thresh pretty tanky, Bang pretty elusive on the Ezreal. So that will be difficult for Prey and Gorilla to get an advantage with. They are not going to hit level 2 first here.
And Bang is no stranger to Ezreal as well, too. He's played many games on this champion and should be pretty comfortable. There's that level 2. So it's so important to get that level 2 on a Leona lane.
See right here, Gorilla 50% overall. Piccaboo a shocking 100% on Thresh so far.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stacking up very nicely, and Prey and Gorilla still not level 2. Finally, Prey gets it at the very least.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, grab onto Prey. What a smart play by Piccaboo. We'll talk about that in a minute. Bang doing a little bit of damage onto Gorilla. Piccaboo walked into River, went all the way around back through the lane brush to try to make a play like he was going to roam a bit. Just came through and got an easy hook for a good trade onto Prey and Gorilla. That was very tricky support play.
Yeah, Gorilla with a pretty heads-up move of his own right there, though, immediately going on to Ezreal as he tried to get the auto attacks in.
That's what you have to do, yeah.
I'm not sure where OGN is getting this statistic from, but Piccaboo is 10-3 all time on Thresh. So that may be just champions, not counting tournaments like Masters that happened in the past.
That could be.
So, but overall in professional play, he is 10-3. I just looked it up.
All right.
But still, that is an impressive win rate for a support player on a particular champion.
Certainly is.
Especially when he hasn't been playing a lot of Thresh this season. We always do. He was great on it, but priority just hasn't been there quite so much.
All right, so Rift Scuttler will be taken by Lee up in top lane, and that's going to give him a little bit of safety as he comes in. It looks like they're going to try to make a play onto MaRin here. MaRin level 4, and Smeb already poked out a bit. Bengi coming up the top lane. He knows this is about the time for it. And as long as MaRin does not use that E, should be able to get out of this.
Yeah, he was trying to play more defensively in this lane. Doran's shield start, not something we usually see. Now the Tremor Sense is going to catch out Bengi.
Comes in right behind Lee as he comes out. There's a knock-up E used. They can't quite catch Lee with that W, but it'll be fine.
Just getting out. No need to overcommit to that right there. Lee intelligently backing away. He sees that coming in. Smeb just too low to follow up, so not a whole lot gained from anybody at all right there. Kuro having a bit of a tough time
even
keeping up in CS.
Even with that shield, you're still going to get hit a lot with the fact that you're a melee mid laner.
Stupid Sand Soldiers.
I know.
You know, you have to wonder sometimes, too, about SK Telecom because they've looked here faking the gank right there.
Yep.
Tricky. Yeah, they're just trying to Ray dodging the hook.
Wow. Well, here comes Bengi. All right. And after they fake that, you wonder if Bengi's going to come in and make it happen for real. Faker still just pushing up this lane, getting a nice little edge on Kuro early on. Same thing for the top lane, too. Actually, pretty massive lead for MaRin at this point in the game.
Yeah, Smeb is having a really rough time, and they're paying for not banning that Lissandra out in this game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what do you do? They wanted to ban the Nunu instead, really push Bengi's limits, and I don't really think that's wise. Like I said, I assumed Bengi was going to play Vi sooner rather than later, just given what we've seen around the world. So the Nunu ban, I don't think was going to be as impactful.
Can they catch him with 3? Flash E. Oh, nice response by MaRin. They get the flash, but they use gorillas as well, and MaRin just really ready for that one.
Meanwhile, Prey bottled up in the turret on the bottom side.
Yeah.
Stay safe behind the minion wave. He's still behind in CS thanks to gorillas roaming, however.
Yeah.
Hasn't been able to get as many CS safely, so Bang and Piccaboo winning lane in advantage of SKT in the top side as well.
Well, that's a risk you take when you send that support roaming, is that if you don't get kills, you can put your AD carry at a bit of a disadvantage.
Well, the hope, though, is that now that MaRin's flash is down, Smeb will have an easier time farming.
Yeah.
And he's going to recall, buy a Hex Drinker immediately. Meanwhile, MaRin getting the components for that. Oh, man.
They're doing a ton of damage. Here we go. And MaRin. Teleport coming in. Gorilla immediately getting ulted. Trying to go back in now. Smeb, really low health. Not prepared for this. First blood goes to MaRin. Bang just getting free hits from the outside. Prey, luckily for the GE Tigers, picks up a kill onto Piccaboo. MaRin has to
Prey going in. Here's Lee.
Lee coming in too. They can turn this one around. Nice knockup for Bengi. Can Lee get a kill? He does. Prey going in. They get another one. And GE Tigers turning it around. Bengi manages to get one onto Lee as well. So in the end, GE ahead by a kill. But things fairly even up in the bot lane, except for 2 of those kills went onto Prey. That's big.
Yeah, 2 for 3 right there. And now Kuro and Faker mixing up a little bit. Kuro playing aggressively. Faker.
Yeah.
Just waiting it out. And
back to blue buff rather.
Back to hand that one off immediately. Take a look at that one again, but I think this is a good chance at a play right here from SK Telecom. Bengi didn't quite have his ultimate yet, though, so there was one form of CC that was lacking right after MaRin hit 6.
It just didn't look like Smeb was going to be too much help when he first came down. He was low health.
Well, that Mega Gnar, though, gives him so much extra HP and defensive statistics that you can keep fighting. Even win on most champions, it would seem possible. He's a bit like Poppy that way.
Oh, MaRin's got to be careful. Oh, the E misses for Gorilla. That is risky, man.
MaRin's been playing this so well.
Yeah.
Of course, the instant flash, great reaction time from Gorilla's attempt at the flash E. And now Prey once again alone in the bottom side.
Yep.
But he managed to catch up in terms of CS. Bang actually going for the tier first, so he's not punishing Prey as hard as with the Trinity Force, instead opting to scale right here.
Yep. True enough. Bang with those 2 kills is going to have a much quicker Trinity Force than he would have otherwise.
Yeah, Prey well on his way to that mid-game power spike, and that's going to relieve a lot of pressure from Kuro as well, because GE doesn't have great wave clear this game, so they really need Prey to get ahead and start launching those rockets. Bengi.
All right, thinking about coming over the wall onto Smeb. Smeb, no flash. And there's a ward.
They have a small timing window. They do see the Reksai tunnel with the ward inside of the jungle. And when the Reksai ult comes back up, that would be a very hard gank to pull off because Reksai will show up in the lane immediately.
Yeah, that's right. Faker making a motion down. They're going to try to catch Lee here, but Lee's going to get back in the jungle. Faker just going to grab that blue instead, it looks like.
And now SK Telecom safely taking their blue buff. No interference as of yet from GE. As for scaling in this game, a little bit hard to call. Corki will drop off a little bit. Ezreal may be doing a little bit more damage to that back line, but of course Kassadin and Azir both strong in the late game. Vi and Reksai offering a large degree of tankiness and crowd control.
Yeah, Faker just pushing up the lane so he can go back and probably finish that Morellonomicon. There we go. And so after an action-packed start, a little bit of a lull in the action now as the lanes settle into some farming. Starting to think about that first dragon. Oh, all right.
I really don't know who's going to actually outscale here, though. It does seem like it's going to be pretty equal in spite of the double AP itemization options for the GE Tigers.
No teleports, so it's a 4v4.
MaRin
coming down, though. Will he get there in time, though? Dragon getting a bit low, and the dragon will be taken by the GE Tigers. Everybody out of the pit. Pretty clean dragon for GE.
SKT, a bit late.
I didn't really have any wards around there.
Wow, Kuro actually dodges the Sand Soldier right there. Faker takes a lot of damage right to his face, used the Q, and Kuro hopping over it with the R. There we go. Right back over to the blue buff is Lee.
Yep.
And looking to cover up in the top side, getting a bit more vision thanks to the Scuttle Crab. And that's an early orb scan right there in the side brush from Prey, who's been pretty much left to his own devices. He's caught up in terms of CS, however.
Yeah. And I mean, it's important for him to get that early scrying orb, too, to spot Piccaboo just like he did. Faker uses the ult. Kuro getting a little bit scary here. Faker having to dash out of that one.
He took a lot of damage in that trade early on, and he is pretty squishy. I mean, Kassadin's a legitimate threat against this Azir. And Kuro inching closer to that Rod of Ages. Should be able to get it now or soon. If he gets it now. Would be about a minute early. We'll get it now, about a minute early.
Nice.
So good for him.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Smeb playing aggressively. Piccaboo rushing in with Mobies.
Yeah, he's got his flash. Bengi was there as well, too.
I love the support play. Both Gorilla and Piccaboo have been on point in this series so far. They've been all over the map. This is such a great game to watch if you're a support player. To see how you can affect all of these other lanes and really surprise people.
Of course, this does count on the fact that you have an AD carry you can trust to be alone in lane. That is,
who won't just suicide.
That is the tricky part for solo queue play right there. Yeah. I know I don't see a lot of those.
Choose to live, AD carry.
Yeah.
You're not doing a whole lot of damage yet. Going in right there with the E, actually. Wow.
Bengi was there. He was trying to bait Kuro in, but Kuro not falling for that one.
Yeah, did get a nice trade as a result of Bengi and Piccaboo's presence, however. So, with that flask, Kuro going to be healing up in just a little bit. So not after that crazy teleport fight down in the bottom lane, which we see these teams are just so evenly matched in this series.
Well, Piccaboo just trying to be threatening here. Wow, Smeb really low again.
Already
Faker
had
as
his
well too.
Hex Drinker triggered, but Bengi's right there with him.
Oh, Gorilla coming in. Faker needs to be careful here. They're lurking. Oh man,
Lee
Faker.
can come over the wall. Piccaboo's there as well, however.
Yeah, Faker has barrier and flash, and they just opt not to do it. Smart decision there. That was a bit too dangerous to walk through.
I am so impressed with the support and jungle positional play that we've seen so far in this series. It's just been extraordinary.
Yeah.
Map movement and rotations from those two players working in harmony to aid their lanes. And
oh, Faker. There we go. Bengi flashes are going in onto Kuro. Faker still can't really follow up. He's too low. There's a nice shield for Piccaboo. Death Sentence misses. Oh, True Shot Barrage doesn't quite connect with Kuro as well.
Bengi actually
So close.
not using his ultimate right there. He didn't want to overcommit to that one with Lee and Gorilla so close to the mid lane. They didn't have great vision to see it coming, but you can assume they've been having their eye on Faker, trying to stop him from scaling into the late game on this Azir the entire time.
Wow.
So
What a game.
Yeah, very defensive play from SK Telecom overall so far. They did initiate the bottom lane teleport move, but beyond that, Gorilla's still here.
Oh, True Shot Barrage.
Wow.
Not True Shot. Yeah, Solar Flare. Faker doesn't get really hit by it, just slowed a bit.
Nice dodge, had a soldier up and ready for
Bengi
that.
is
Lee
about
is
to walk
here.
into Lee. Lee knows he's there.
They want to do something with this.
Lissandra's there too. Okay, Lee just over the wall. Safer play there. Yeah. Ah, here comes Piccaboo too. All right. Faker just coming back. Okay, now he's recalling. I'm wondering what the next item is going to be. If it's going to be that Stinger or if we're just going to see full AP. Oh, mid-turret in trouble though.
Probably going to be a stinger right here. There's the
Those
shot
minions.
barrage, but it's not going to be enough. Mid tower is going to go down, actually.
First turret going to the GE Tigers. Looks like they might be able to equalize with top here. Piccaboo missing that death sentence. Yep, there we go. So turret for turret, dragging up again in about a minute. And that's where the next big battle is going to be. And Faker does go for the Stinger too. Okay.
Pretty standard stuff that we've seen on Azir so far. I'm not too surprised. And how far forward is he willing to go? This does give GE a very nice advantage. Faker really wants to push up this mid lane as well as he can.
Hasn't been any huge flashy plays from Faker yet, but he stayed even in CS. He hasn't died. Setting things up for later. Dragon in 40 now. SK Telecom really wants to even this up. GE got a really easy Dragon the first time around.
Good timing on the blue buff for Faker. That'll be very useful in creating the necessary zones for the length of time. Really going to take a little bit of poke damage right there as Faker has his Sand Soldier right on the E. Or on the pink ward, rather.
Oh boy, Shot Barrage comes through, just trying to take a chunk out of people before any fight starts, but Kuro not taking a whole lot.
The problem here is that Bang really doesn't have much damage yet. He's still trying to stack up into the Muramana compared to the completed Trinity Force. MaRin continuing to auto towers, though. I think
they found Prey! They picked him. Can they get him? There's the Flay as well. Bengi over the wall as well. There's the ult. Prey barely escapes. Oh, he doesn't. MaRin comes in for the kill, and now GE in a bit of trouble. Lee, Faker comes in onto him, pushes Smeb back to get him out of the way. Kuro going after Faker, though, but Faker turns. Double kill, meanwhile, for MaRin. Smeb uses the ult, but it's not going to result in anything. A triple kill for MaRin. And Prey getting picked just led to a huge fight for SK Telecom and a Dragon. Prey, his positioning has been so good this season, but at a crucial time, he gives it up to SKT.
Well, we talked about vision being so important in this particular game against SKT because of how much single target hard CC they have to make those picks. MaRin coming in with a huge teleport. We've seen this from him before.
Yeah.
He is probably the best top Lissandra player in this league.
Faker and MaRin just take that turret too.
Yeah, so really punishing right there. Now, GE did get the first Dragon of the game, so it's not the end. I mean, Prey just not a smart place to be. Eats all of the crowd control from Piccaboo. Bengi follows up with the assaulted battery, and Gorilla tries to make it out. Bang quickly dispatches him, and then Reksai will fall as well. Faker standing in a giant zone right there, actually created with a wall and then 2 sand soldiers hugging the back of the pit. So Kuro just not able to get an angle where he could get some good damage down.
And push Smeb right back into the rest of SK Telecom, too.
Smeb's got a ways to go before he can actually deal with the damage that SK Telecom is putting out right here. He's a little bit mixed up in terms of his itemization. Cowl and Warden's Mail finished, but not a lot of HP yet. Meanwhile, MaRin already completed 2 core items.
It's looking okay. There's the ult used against Smeb. Can't hop over that, I guess.
Not sure why he tried to hop over that. You definitely can't do that.
Yeah.
Smeb going back right now. He wants to be in any lane but MaRin's. MaRin with a tremendous CS edge.
Yeah, and that means MaRin can just push down this top lane, and there's not a lot that GE Tigers can do about it. Yeah, Faker has an opportunity here, too, to pull ahead in CS. You know, when Kuro gets pulled up to that top lane to make sure Smeb is safe, that gives Faker a chance to boost himself in the mid lane a little bit.
Lee here waiting. He knows there's a pink ward, so nothing going to stop him from getting a lane gank. Instead, it's just going to E his way back. Create a little tunnel right there. Maybe he's going to use that once he shows up again. MaRin wants to make a play in the bottom lane right now. They know that Gnar has his TP down. Prey and Gorilla need to be so careful.
Shot Barrage, they're really pushing this lane hard. Faker coming down too.
Notice Lee is actually walking back into the jungle right now because he's that tunnel is for counter ganks.
Yep.
So what they're doing is Smeb needs to get that free farm in the top side, and with TP down, normally we would see that Reksai just ult straight back into the jungle. Instead, he creates a tunnel so he has an opportunity to gank or counter gank if need be, while Smeb is still able to put pressure in top lane and they can't see Lissandra. That's actually really smart Reksai play. Very forward thinking from Lee.
MaRin gets back. His turret has not taken a lot of damage yet. Kuro forced out by Faker. A lot of poke coming in now. Faker has those Sork shoes as well, so magic penetration starting to do some work against Kuro. Gotta be careful though. You don't want to get solar flared. Yeah, take the lantern out.
Lee coming around, trying to find a flank. Bengi.
It's a really safe play from SKT.
Using that vault breaker. Over the wall. Kuro staying up in terms of CS though. And getting that first tower as well. So he's done well. Yeah, he's done well in a tough poke lane to deal with, but MaRin's really been the hero so far this game. 100% kill contribution so far, turning around his play and getting that big triple too at that last dragon.
Yeah. Really fast second item zone he is. I gotta imagine Bang's Muramana is getting pretty close to done.
Yeah, should be by all accounts. Prey going for the second item, Blade of the Ruined King, build in, his Bang's build in the last game. May need a little bit more peel and a little bump to his HP to use that active, especially when he's got to deal with all of these champions that really want him dead.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be using it mostly just to skirt the outside of a fight and just try to get as much damage in without dying.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan to me. And MaRin just way up in CS now on Smeb. Way up on everything on Smeb.
So this game is going to get interesting if it goes long enough for Prey and Kuro to get QSS.
There we go. Wow, close call for Bang, but Piccaboo right there with the lantern, and he's going to choose an appropriately dangerous place to try to recall.
Checking the brush right there. Prey's going to try and answer with a turret since Bang is already a bit chunked out. He does have the Cutlass, though, may be able to heal off of a wave. Bengi trying to come into cover right now.
I'm surprised Bang didn't send a two-shot barrage through there. Okay, there we go. Oh, didn't even need it. Dragon up in 45. And Faker already setting up some zones, trying to protect that ward. Over the wall they come and trying to take Faker. Faker ult solar flare though, slows him down. He gets that on the lantern though. Piccaboo. Man, this guy is good.
He's just always there.
Oh, no!
Faker!
Oh, see, I'm telling you, man, these Korean players, why would you recall there?
There wasn't even a ward.
No.
That was a blind rocket.
That's just not a good place to recall.
Prey. The game sense.
Well, there's nothing.
Maybe he saw actually.
Oh, there. I guess
he saw him walk in.
Blue pit, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with just throwing a rocket in there. It doesn't hurt anything. And why would you recall
there we
that?
go.
Oh, there's no ward just yet, so that was just plain blind.
Wow.
That was just silly. And the thing is that it's going to cost SKT a dragon as well.
That's a pretty impressive game sense from Prey, though.
Yeah.
Might as well just see if that's the recall location. Rolls the dice, gets lucky, kills Faker.
Happens to have the big one at that time.
Yeah, Faker, too. Blew all his summers trying to escape from that and still dies in the end.
Well, here's the problem, though, is that may have only succeeded in making Faker angry. So I would be a little bit worried about things if I was the GE Tigers right now.
Well, G's going to be feeling pretty good. Like I said, the longer this game goes, the QSS is going to be incredibly efficient against their team. Of course, it's going to mitigate a lot of Faker's damage just due to the virtue of magic resist. And there's a lot of cleansable crowd control coming in from SKT. So GE, if they can hold out long enough, I think can take this one.
Yeah.
Based on Veils and QSS.
We shall see.
Meanwhile, a lot more of a threat from GE Tigers that, in terms of things that can't be easily itemized against.
All right, well.
Tower goes down in bottom side, so GE will answer with another turret. They're still about 2.5K gold behind, but they are a dragon up. So we should be seeing things pretty much equal here in this game. And after a very high kill game 1, and then a very stompy game 2, courtesy of Faker's LeBlanc, we are very close in this one, 26 minutes in. Definitely a more measured game.
Yep,
than the first one in this series, which was just kills galore.
It's a beautiful thing.
43 kills in 42 minutes.
I loved it. Oh, Bang's Muramon is still not done. Maybe I'm just misremembering when he bought it, but yeah, I would think he should have that by now.
That is late. You would think the tier would be fully stacked at this stage of the game. But
it's got to be close.
Must be really close.
Yeah. Finishes up Blade of the Rune King, though.
Bang doesn't know there's a ward there.
Well, now he does.
Takes a little bit of a rocket and...
All right, well, another passive moment as SK Telecom just tries to keep the lanes pushed up.
MaRin with the Abyssal Scepter. It's an interesting buy, actually. Of course, it's going to help Faker's damage up, but as well give him some resistance to the poke coming in from Corki, but it's not going to be the most efficient item. What else are you going to buy at this point? I suppose he could have gone for Death Cap instead. Smeb and MaRin.
Yeah, they're dueling. There's the ult used on Smeb. MaRin going in. There's the E. He's going to follow with it. Q used. W locks him up, and Faker comes in. Will they give Faker the kill? MaRin needs the Zonias. Faker needs to finish off Smeb right now. He will. But here comes Lee. There's an easy kill, and Faker's in trouble too. Solar Flare. Oh, he gets out on the Lantern. Nice play, keeping Gorilla away, though. Kuro tries to come in. There's the Zonias. Faker just needs to go. Bengi coming back. Kuro's gonna.
He's on the chase, Faker.
I don't know. He comes in.
Kuro gets
it. Oh, Kuro got the kill. One hit away, though, and Bengi just stuffs him for the double with the ult. Wow.
That was wacky. So 2 for 3 when the dust settles. GE losing out in terms of that fight. And wow, I thought that was going to be turned around very easily by the GE Tigers. But
no kidding.
Bengi and Piccaboo again making the plays.
Muramana done now, finally, for Bang. Let's watch this one again.
I mean, Smeb actually did a great job of delaying his death right here and dodging a bunch of the skill shots, flashing right there at the end. The Faker ult not really doing a whole lot, and then Lee comes in, gets the knockup. Faker stays alive. Thanks. Look at that play onto Gorilla as he came in with his E as well. Man, these fights are so chaotic, but Kuro will...
So close.
In the end, Faker tries to QE into Kuro, but the magic shield does end up saving him, but can't escape from the assault and battery. But 2 kills onto Bengi, not going to be too threatening. In the end, of course, he is just going very tanky this game.
Yep.
interestingly, going for the Randuins first, of course, that does give you that big slow in the back line once you land it, but it does make you vulnerable to poke, the magic damage poke that's coming out of GE. So I think you're going to have to be careful and dodge a lot of those skill shots. Wards galore from both teams. Warding pretty tight from both sides.
I'd say this is definitely probably the highest level series we've seen yet. What do you think? Gnar, CJ maybe?
Gnar CJ was really good. We've seen some very good series so far.
Yeah.
Gnar GE was also very good. SK Telecom hasn't played at this level so far this season, though, I will say that.
Certainly their best series as a team. They might lose this top turret now. Smeb pushing up. Dragon in 35, so SK Telecom, they've got the teleport on both top laners. And we'll see if they can get this dragon and even things up.
There's the tower, so we're about even in terms of gold as well.
Yeah.
So QSS is actually done onto Bang here. Bit curious that he would go for it that early. I guess he's very worried about the Leona, as well as getting some additional resistances to Kuro, and perhaps if he's unlucky enough to get trapped in Smeb's ult, but that does seem unlikely to happen when you're playing Ezreal.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
oh, nearly a pick on the Kuro there.
Prey going for more damage, so no sign of a QSS. I think QSS much more important to GE.
Wow, they're going to try to trade Baron for this dragon. Can they do it in time? That Baron's not going down very fast, and yeah, MaRin could teleport in whenever he wants, and he will right now. Baron at about half health. Gorilla ready. Solar Flare dodged though because that home guard. MaRin comes in. He's going to activate the ult right away. Can he get the Baron though?
MaRin stole it!
He didn't steal it. He actually just killed Gorilla.
Okay, Gorilla got it.
Lee got the Baron for GE, but that's 2 kills for MaRin. Smeb in trouble as well. SK Telecom is still going to come up big with this one. Only Kuro and Prey get to keep the buff.
Wow, MaRin caught that right before. I thought he managed to actually get it. You're right. Lee did manage to get it in the end, but he dies 3 for none. And wow, I really don't agree with that Baron call from GE.
Very risky. Kuro decides that he can go in there. Faker with the Zonias. I don't know about this man. Gets out on the Lantern. Kuro trying to charge in there. Gets him with the Death Sentence. Piccaboo low health though. Kuro's pretty strong. This is not good for SKT. Prey comes
Kuro
in. There's a double kill for Kuro
Faker
already.
Goes down. Bang is going to fall as well. He does take out Kuro.
Prey
double
cleans it up.
The big turnaround courtesy of the carries from GE. MaRin was split pushing. He does get a tier 2 tower for his trouble, but Prey may answer. He's still got the Baron buff. He is the last one with it, in fact. Yeah. What a wild game. And when everything is said and done, 2K gold difference, maybe about to be less. MaRin is a bit threatening right there, but come on, just hit the turret. Hit it. Hit the turret.
No. He's where you eat. Yep.
There will.
We're going to go in on him. All right. Well, MaRin, you asked for this.
Okay, MaRin, not sure why you were there.
That was not a good idea. This may actually result in an inhibitor turret, too. Here comes Piccaboo and Vi, though. Bengi coming up as well. Oh, boy. Well, turnaround after turnaround.
I like how at the end of that we ended up with one player with the Baron buff.
Yeah.
And trading tier 2 for tier 2. So again, now only 400 gold separate these two teams.
Such a close
game. GE going for that Baron was a little bit crazy, but SKT overstaying their welcome, trying to overpress their advantage too.
Oh, Faker is in a lot of trouble now.
Now he saw the wolf buff right there. Bengi actually used his smite on the wolf to get the little scouting orb. And that actually alerted Faker to the fact that there were people in try. Otherwise, he may have died. So good.
All right, let's watch this one again. Faker
going way too far forward. Yeah. And Bengi not able to commit due to his ult being down. So this actually makes the cleanup relatively easy from GE. That was a good turnaround, knowing that they had Zhonya's advantage. Prey going to move forward right there. Kuro doesn't dodge the true shot barrage, and so goes down. But GE, it's just been blow for blow, just like in game 1.
Yeah.
Each team answering the aggression of the other, and it's been a very exciting series so far.
No kidding. Well, Kuro, they're going to try to catch MaRin here, and it looks like they can. There's the Zonias, but I don't think SKT can get there in time to save it. Faker comes in. Are you kidding me? MaRin will live. Faker with a kill on the Kuro now, and Smeb maybe in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to back away. That kill on the Kuro was huge, man. I can't believe MaRin lived through that.
Bit of an overcommitment, but Faker with the Emperor's Divide.
Yeah.
Buying enough time and zoning them out. So Kuro is going to have to wait for his next attempt right here. Still, okay, there's the QSS onto Prey. That's going to be enormously helpful. Prey also opting to go for Infinity Edge this game. And with no tankiness really in the mid or top lane, particularly the top lane, he is going to be relying on some crits right there. Smeb just going to calmly eat a helicopter.
Yep, as you do. Faker managed to pick up the Void Staff now as well. Doesn't seem to be doing tons and tons of damage just yet, though. I don't know. All right. Lest Faker see you and you fall under his wrath.
You know, Lee, we still don't have a Sonya's Hourglass yet. Or not a Sonya's Hourglass, Aegis of the Legion yet from the GE Tigers. I'm a bit concerned about that. Bengi already acquiring that item too.
I think Lee's going for one now.
Yeah, looks like he is. Yeah. Could also be going for a cowl though, so a little bit early to tell on that one.
Yeah.
It's also possible that Gorilla will build that Kindle gem into a locket eventually with the Negatron cloak that he has, but they really do need that item against the double AP. It's a bit unfortunate that they don't have that already. And Kuro wants the Void Staff as his next item. Not going to get that QSS, so confident in his positioning that he's not going to get locked down by MaRin.
Yeah. Okay, Dragon up at 45. Here we go again. Piccaboo deep in the enemy jungle to try to get some wards down. SKT trying to hold on to whatever vision they can right now. Teleports up for MaRin, so that means Smeb does have to stick around, and he will TP in.
At least going to see
I was going to
MaRin
say.
and Piccaboo there with his Tremor Sense. He's got Bengi on his radar also.
All right, so they're going to try to zone out the back of this fight.
So no teleport home guard engaged.
Bengi, well, a lot of damage onto Lee, and Bengi follows with the ult. Faker splits off the rest of the team with the Emperor's Divide. Meanwhile, a couple people trapped in the Dragon Pit.
They couldn't finish off Lee, though. He did actually manage to escape that. Smeb getting low. He's near his Mega Gnar form. Now Lee has his ultimate up. He can't actually recall right now and then rejoin the battle. That's what he's going to do.
Smeb about Mega Gnar, but I think SKT can be careful and wait this one out. They're going to turn. They're going to try for this Dragon. It's going to go down very fast. Lee,
where's the
waiting
tunnel?
For it, and the Dragon's already gone. SK Telecom's going to pick that one up, pulling ahead, and Lee just going to go right over to MaRin. Yeah. Try to. Oh, look at this. MaRin locks people up. They managed to catch him somehow. Can he get out? No, can't make it out of the lantern.
Flashes the True Shot barrage on the backside right there, so MaRin gets out at the last, Prey actually gets out at the last second. MaRin goes down, and now
it's going to be a turret too, so was the Dragon worth it?
Tier 2 just every time in this game. Teams trading so evenly. This is very high-level play.
Yeah, they've done such a good job of taking advantage of every little situation.
MaRin tried to ult Prey is what happened, and that got QSS'd. And then he got some health back with the Blade of the Ruined King. So MaRin was not checking items. If you're playing Lissandra, you constantly have to check who has QSS and who doesn't, so you don't fall into that trap.
Yeah, I mean, MaRin has been a little bit over-aggressive this game, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit. You can't criticize a whole lot of play on either side right now, but MaRin may be a little bit crazy.
And his play in the early game gave way to some questionable decisions in the mid game, unfortunately for him, because he was outstanding.
He had a triple kill.
Yeah, he was absolutely great. And those teleports were working quite well for him. Smeb getting big, though. I mean, obviously, this is still anybody's game. We have in nearly 40 minutes a 500 gold game, effectively.
Yep. Turret's a little bit better for GE, but it's something that SKT can turn around easily with a good fight. Or a Baron buff. Baron is up, so the Ward War begins.
All right, so Lee is the one to finish the Aegis of the Legion first. Actually had quite a bit of money for that.
Yeah.
Heading back, and that's going to be a major turning point.
All right.
Now, if Kuro can get Void Staff, that would be huge.
It should be pretty close, too. SK Telecom having time to get some vision around the Baron pit now.
Prey is 6 items. I mean, and so is Bang.
Oh, so is Bang, yeah.
Okay, very delicate situation around this Baron right now. Prey very squishy without the Bloodthirster overshield, even if he does have some decent sustain from the Blade of the Ruin King.
These team comps are both pretty fragile.
Well, it's except for Smeb.
Well, Smeb's not fragile, but if they can catch anyone else, they're pretty fragile.
Yeah, SK Telecom does have to be particularly careful. They have to have vision advantage right now. That is the key to victory for them. They need to be able to pick somebody off. And GE, if they stay together, and as long as they can manage the Gnar rage properly, they should be in good condition. Bang, going to be the one taking the blue buff right there. He's really the one who's going to be poking mostly.
Yeah, need to be worried about Baron here.
Well, they've got good vision. They have a ward in the back of the pit right now. GE hasn't been able to clear as much as they should. Interestingly, Piccaboo still doesn't actually have an Oracle's Lens. This is really late in the game to not have one of those, and that may hurt them. I think that's actually a pretty big mistake. He wanted to get the Face of the Mountain and the Crucible. I really think that SKT is over-itemizing, though, for Crucible and QSS. They have enough escape mechanisms that they can just not even get hit by this CC in the first place.
And nobody with a Tier 2 trinket actually on SK Telecom yet.
Yeah, interesting.
All right. Well, G Tigers is clearing out their own jungle, and SK Telecom, we'll see if they can get a few more wards near Baron.
Well, it's got to do something.
The Dragon's up in less than 2 minutes now, too, so SKT may just want to wait that out. But GE Tigers, you know, they'll probably be fine trying to trade that Baron again for it. Didn't work out. Well, I guess it worked out okay because SKT kind of over-pursued after winning the fight. But
well, they'll be able to do it even quicker this time is the scary thing.
Yeah, they're not going to
GE,
get caught as much.
Yeah, it will only be SK Telecom's 4th Dragon, so it's not going to hit that major threshold quite yet. So I would be happy to trade it. If I was the GE Tigers, that'd be something that I would be actually looking to do right here. Look at Smeb. He actually has a distortion enchantment this game. That's very rare to see on a Gnar, but basically he needs to land that engage, and SK Telecom is a bit mobile, so having that flash up as often as possible will allow him to land the optimal ult in every possible team fight. Yeah. I like that in this case. Smeb almost always, you know, going for that home guard enchantment, very common to see. And MaRin may actually consider doing that as well, even though he did go for that home guard enchantment initially.
Well, MaRin finished his Void Staff now, so even more damage coming in from that Lissandra.
Home guard on Bang, that is a curious pickup. We almost never see home guard on AD carries.
You know, Kuro actually turned that Blasting Wand into an Abyssal Scepter rather than a Void Staff, too. Interesting. A little bit of damage from that True Shot Barrage.
Wow, that... No, he had the Abyssal earlier. I think he turned it into the Death Cap, but...
okay. Smeb over the wall. Faker taking some damage here. Turns a lot of poke in onto Smeb. Oh, boy. He's Mega Gnar now, but lost a lot of health there.
Tell how much damage this composition from SK Telecom is capable of doing right here. Smeb,
certainly can.
You know, he is 6 item. He was in little form there, so he doesn't have quite the defensive stats that he would have otherwise, but even so, here comes Reksai right back over to the Baron, and that's going to be right as Dragon comes live now. Can they do this Baron without Smeb? Smeb has TP, and they're going to get it.
They're going to do the Dragon, and now the poking begins, because SKT poke enough to force GE off this Baron. It looks like they can. Bang there as well. Piccaboo close by. MaRin's coming from the side. Looks like they're going to try to flank. MaRin really far away from the team, though. He needs to be careful. This blue buff is not maybe the best thing to do right now. MaRin, he flashes away. There's Azonius. Can SKT get there in time? The Gorilla Solar Flare over the wall, and GE Tigers comes in now. Emperor's Divide doing work. Bang comes through with the True Shot Barrage. Can Faker? No, Faker's already dead. Bengi coming in. They try to get the kill on Smeb. Oh, man.
Bang
MaRin
on the run. Heal and flash use. Gets hit by the boulder, and that is it.
MaRin, that was not a good time to try to steal the blue buff.
Well, he was trying to come around for a flank right there as well and see what he can do. Now, it was a pretty even trade in the end. I don't think he expected Gorilla and Lee to come off the Baron like that. That was a pretty convincing Baron bait from the GE Tigers. Bengi's still alive. Bengi does not have his ultimate. He does have Smite. Smeb going to toy with him a little bit. He's got to get out of there.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
He's going to play with base gates. Yeah. Whatever. He's fine. They're going to lose an inhibitor, and that's huge. Wow. So now the Baron is going to come in for GE once they revive. I really want to take a look at that fight again. MaRin should have just Zhonyaed immediately and waited for his team to come back up. I think that was the big mistake right here, because you see MaRin, you need to Zhonyaed that immediately and hope that Piccaboo comes and saves your butt with the Lantern. Does get out at the end. Look at Smeb's positioning, though. Emperor's Divide comes over. Look at Prey, though. Just free auto attacks all day. Then Valk's in, over the top. Faker can't escape.
He went in after his Emperor's Divide and did a little bit of damage to Zhonyaed, but might have been better off staying back and just poking.
The setup for that fight was pretty crazy, though. Gorilla and Lee really peeled off that Baron while Prey and Smeb were still doing it. I don't think MaRin expected that to happen.
All right, well.
SK Telecom may have to go for a desperation Baron right here. Faker going to go ahead and knock Kuro out. Goodbye, Faker.
Yeah, he's not going to make it through that one. Goodbye, bang. Solar Flare misses. Can he make it out? Uses that QSS. And Piccaboo gets the Descendants onto Gorilla, but now he's in a bit of trouble. Can he get through the base gate? Just barely. And that's going to be probably a Baron for the GE Tigers. Yeah, Faker has been a little bit out of position a couple times in this Azir this game.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing it a little bit too aggressively with all the CC that GE has and the amount of damage that Prey is capable of putting out. He's got the Mercurial Scimitar as well to add insult to energy.
Oh, Bengi, got to be careful here. Lee coming in, they get the knockup on Piccaboo. That's going to be a dead support. MaRin comes in. Dead supports on both sides as Gorilla does go down. MaRin in a bit of trouble. Does he have Zhonyaed right now? Uses a W to try to get away, but they slow him. Lee coming in again. There's the Zhonyaed for Kuro now. MaRin using his as well. A kill for Prey though, and Prey again untouched, cleaning up the fight. Another double for him. GE Tigers, I think they've got this game more or less locked down at this point.
Man, Prey's positioning has just been extraordinary again this game. Look at him, 11-1-6.
Holy cow.
Dominant on this Corki. Corki has been the story of this series.
Yeah, really.
Corki winning every game so far in this matchup. And that's going to be a quick Baron shredded down by Prey's Corki.
Wow, I got to say, SK Telecom did really step up today from what we've seen earlier in the season, but the GE Tigers, they are just starting to look unbeatable.
Faker, you know, his debut on Azir, less impressive than we might have hoped.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this team fight again. Gorilla gets melted. I'm not sure why MaRin actually ulted Gorilla right there. But Bengi can't do much over the course of this team fight. MaRin actually bought a lot of time for Bang to auto attack. Kuro does try the force pulse, but Prey has already killed MaRin by the time it goes through. Finishes off Bengi as well.
Well, Bang just not going to be doing as much damage on that Ezreal. Certainly has spent most of his time running away, too.
Well, he doesn't really have a lot of peel this game to deal with Kuro in particular. MaRin, Faker, and Vi, Bengi are pretty all in with those champions. And so it's up to Piccaboo, but Piccaboo is not a very peel-oriented support player, generally speaking.
And Faker seems like he's kind of trying to play that as Azir like he was playing as LeBlanc, and you can't immediately back away with Azir several times.
Too true.
Yeah. If you go in, you're kind of committed.
Now, SKT backing off. They're trying to hold. Now, we have seen these Azir games go very long in terms of holding. And with how close this match is, in spite of everything that just happened, it is still only a 3K gold game. But with everybody at 6 items, nobody seems to be able to stop Kuro at this stage.
It's more about the turrets as well, too. GE just controlling more of the map, it seems like, as well.
But, I mean, Azir is an intense turtle champion. You can really roll out some really good defenses with that Emperor's Divide. They're going to try. Here comes MaRin.
He's coming in from behind here. Bengi ults onto Prey right away. There's the follow-up. They blow up Prey almost immediately. Azir goes down, though. Kuro tearing people apart. Meanwhile, Piccaboo in trouble as well. Big Gnar ultimate comes in. There goes MaRin. And GE Tigers a resounding win in this team fight. Everybody focused on to pray, but it wasn't enough.
Man,
and they're just going to take it right now. It is over.
Piccaboo went over the wall to try to tie up Kuro while they assassinated Bray. That was about as good of an attempt as SK Telecom could have made, but it's not enough.
That's right. In the end, after all said and done, the GE Tigers will come out of the first half of the season 7-0. GG, they've done it. SKT defeated 2-1.
Wow. Great series tonight between these two teams, and
really great series.
Rest of the world, good luck against the GE Tigers at IEM Katowice. That is going to be a very tall mountain to climb.
Yep, might be kind of hard to beat them. Wow, SKT though, and despite the fact that SKT did get taken out there.